Definitely, they have to have that functional strength. So we do that. We do the ropes, rope training where you get two long ropes that are like 10 meters long, and you can do lots of explosive cardiovascular sort of stuff with the ropes. We use agility ladders. We do a lot of boxing and martial arts because I've been doing martial arts for like 23 years, as well as boxing. We do a lot of boxing on the licensed boxing trainers. We do stuff like that. We do a lot of agility stuff. You know,
She said that she's had sessions when she's turned up with you expecting to use weights, and you've gone and done some breathing exercise with her. She was at first she thought you was crazy, but then she obviously understood the science to it, and now she says she's doing it at home now.
yeah.
Can you just explain that? Because I mean, not most personal trainers really do those kind of stuff because it's always external.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, a good question that you brought up. Yeah, it's not just about the physical stuff. I think that when you're training people, it should be about lifestyle because ultimately, if you want to look good, it's not just about how much you train in the gym. It's about your lifestyle choices. So we do a lot of nutrition, and like you said, we worked on a lot of breathing. Why? Because sometimes people are stressed. So exercise becomes an added stress if you're already stressed. So it's like you got financial problems, or you got emotional problems, or you got problems at work. The last thing we want to do is add to that by adding more stress. So sometimes I look at my clients and their pupils are dilated. That means they're stressed. So sometimes I get them to do what we call zone exercises, like breathing exercises, which slows their heart rate down, lowers their stresses. We look at the energy in the body. It's not just about exercising the muscles, it's about exercising the mind. So we look at the energy of the muscles. We get them to do breathing exercises, Tai Chi, Qigong sort of exercises. And sometimes get clients to do meditation once they're ready for that level of commitment to their emotional, psychological stuff. We get them to do meditation because that benefits them from a health point of view, makes them calm, and then that translates into their work, so that they can work and their lifestyle, their relationships.
Brilliant. One thing I want to ask you, I mean, I was in the gym, I haven't been in the gym in over a year, but when I was in the gym, there was this personal trainer, I'm not going to name his name, and I've seen quite a few of them, and he was training clients, and he's got loads of clients, he's busy all day, every day. I mean, his clients, some of them really look, again, look fine, some of the men look up, some of the men don't really look in shape.
Yeah.
But as for the actual personal trainer, he's a big blob.
Yeah.
I mean, I would find it hard to actually give one to someone that is not in shape.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. So what is your opinion on
No,
that?
I agree with that. I mean, it's like you got to live the life you advocate for others.
There are loads of them out there making crazy money. Telling you should do this and do that. Saying walk here, but they're not walking there themselves.
Yeah, they're driving to the same places they're telling you
Eat this and eat that, and they're leaving opportunity. They're leaving and going and eating McDonald's, but they want you to do it. It couldn't inspire me. I couldn't get money out of that. But what's your opinion on that?
No, I mean, a lot of it is live the life you advocate for others. It's like if you're telling someone to be a certain way and be disciplined, you should be doing the same thing. And it's like, you have to believe in the product. It's like you're selling the product, but you don't believe in it yourself. And you have to get energy from people. It's like you should have more energy and vitality than the people you train, because those people that you train are coming to you, and you're supposed to be giving your energy. When you train, it's an exchange. Everything's about energy. It's an exchange of energy. So you're giving them energy in terms of life force and momentum through mental stimuli, like challenging them, getting them to work out. You're asking them to give you energy back in terms of money and in terms of their dedication. So it's an exchange of energy. So, you feed off of the people that you're around. It's like they say, like-minded people gravitate to like-minded people. So it's like if you're a trainer and you don't even believe in the product you're selling, then people shouldn't even be going to you in the first place. You should believe in what you're selling in the first place and live the life that you advocate for others. So you want your clients to look good, you've got to look good as well.
Another question: the clients that you train, do you stress the importance of nutrition? Because obviously you can be training, but if you're not eating right, there are going to be. Would you say training is the most important thing, or would you say nutrition is?
No.
Or do they work together hand in hand?
Yeah.
A lot of trainers might have the knowledge in terms of exercises to do, but if you ask someone what to eat, I've seen one guy tell 20 people
the same thing.
Yeah, to eat the same thing, and we're all different people, different cultures, different sizes. We all have different nutritional needs. So, what's your view on nutrition in relation to exercise?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I would say to people is there's a difference between being fit and being healthy. healthy is based on, I mean, there's so many parameters with regards to health. Stress, emotional balance, spiritual balance, postural balance, energy levels, acid, alkaline levels, all these sort of things. There's so many different parameters, hormones and so on. But one of the factors that makes you healthy is your lifestyle and the foods that you eat. So you could be very fit but very unhealthy. Like sometimes you see, you go to a gym and you see a lot of these muscle heads. We call them muscle heads. These guys that just lift heavy weight. Most of the time they take some crap.
Most of them are bodybuilders, and they just got to walk from A to B, and they don't have to jump or squat.
There's no athletics.
They walk around.
Yeah, they're stiff. There's no athletic component. And if you look at their skin, they got pimples upon pimples all over the skin. And one of the things we always say about the skin, and a lot of people do know this now, the skin is the largest organ in the body. But I remember, one doctor, Dr. Robert Young, when he broke down that, you look at the skin is the third kidney. And I was like, wow, that's a really good analogy. The third kidney. So anything you detoxify from inside the body is being poured through the skin. So the worse your skin, the worse your health, because your body is trying to get rid of it. It's pouring it through the skin. So you look at a lot of these bodybuilders, and their skin is terrible. So that means that they may be fit, but they're very unhealthy. So one of the things I always quote to people is the iceberg effect. And if you look at an iceberg, whatever's on the surface, whatever mass is on the surface, what you see coming out the sea, is far more mass underneath the surface. And that's the same thing with people. Anything you see coming out the skin is far more going on inside the body. So that's just, lack of health. So you can be fit but not healthy. And what's going to carry you through life is health, not fitness. Because fitness will just make you fit and strong and flexible and so on. But health is what allows you to live for longer and stuff. So definitely,
you can be healthy and strong and fit.
Yeah, you can be both. But lifestyle. So in answer to your question, I go through a lot of nutrition. We do a lot of what's called metabolic typing, where one man's food is another man's poison. So we have to find out, we profile people. This goes back to what we were saying about assessments. We profile people and find out what foods they eat. So some people do better on far more protein, like yourself. Some people do better on far more carbohydrates, or some people do well on a mix of equal amounts of protein and carbohydrates. So you have to find out what the person's fuel requirements are based on the genetics. And like you said, so it takes a lot into bloodlines, where their families come from. Like some cultures that eat more, protein, they eat more meat. Some cultures just eat more vegetables. Some cultures eat more pulses or beans and so on. So you've got to take that into account as well when you're assessing someone. So if you don't look at that, their fuel that they're getting for the muscles comes from the food anyway. So you've got to look at that as well. So definitely, yeah.
Okay. Well, I've looked on your website and I've seen women again lifting heavy weights. I think it was the class you were doing in your studio.
Yeah, Heel Studio, yeah.
I was wondering now, do you do aerobics class? Do you do running classes? What classes do you do? And are they all women lifting big weights? Embarrassing guys like me.
Yeah, I mean, we got classes. We got different classes. We got like the Tai Chi sort of zone exercise class for relaxing the mind, balancing the hormones and lowering your stress. We've got 4-minute circuit class, which is like a very creative circuit class. We do lots of explosive exercises you wouldn't really see in normal classes. We do boxercise. We've got strength and conditioning, where you just lift heavy weights with Swiss balls. You've got balancing class, where we use foam rollers to throw you off balance, and aero bars to challenge your balance system. And all the classes, it's majority women, because most of the men that come to the classes, most of them, they're just about lifting heavy weights, but most of the time they have poor technique and control. So when they come to the class and they see the women that lift more than them because their control is better, a lot of the time they get embarrassed and they don't come back. So, this is a challenge to the men out there. If you're strong and you've got good control, then come try some of the classes and you'll see the women and see how strong they are. And yet, they don't look bulky and big. It's all about control, and they're lean and tight, as you said earlier. We don't do any aerobic exercise because we're not really about aerobics. It's all about high intensity.
Most women are into aerobics and I don't want to lift no weights.
Yeah.
But obviously they don't understand the science.
They don't. Yeah.
So basically you're saying that a woman can be strong and do weight training and still be lean.
Yeah, easily. It's not heavy weights that makes a woman big. You got to remember, a lot of times when these women they always show you like some of these Russian shot pullers
Yeah.
or bodybuilders and say, see, that's what happens if I lift weights. They don't